Hi, today we'll be looking at currencies and why do currencies weaken in value. You know, I remember, John, in my book, Moneywise, I've written about currencies, and I said it's important for each of you, if you're an African living in Africa today, to actually hold some kind of hard currency. And I looked at 6 years. I looked at 2010 to 2016, and I looked at so many currencies. I looked at the Kenyan shilling, the Tanzanian shilling, the Ugandan shilling, the Rwandan franc. I looked at the kwacha, the naira, the South African rand, several currencies all over Africa. And each and every single one of these currencies decreased or weakened against hard currencies. And so I looked at the dollar and I said, how did these currencies decrease in value? All of them. The least weakening, the one that weakened least was a weakening of 30%. And the one that weakened the most was about 116%. In fact, I decided to remove the naira from my from my analysis because it was way out there. I mean, you know what happened in the last year. But the point is this, that hard currency is important to have. But the question I want to ask is, why does currency weaken? And why is foreign currency, you know, against a foreign currency? Why does it weaken against a foreign currency? Yeah.
Okay, so when you're looking at a domestic currency, let's say, for instance, the Kenyan shilling, it is essentially like a good, like milk or potatoes, and as such, it's subject to the forces of demand and supply.
Yeah.
So like in our Kenyan economy, you find that the shilling is mostly demanded by exporters, and the dollar is mostly demanded by importers. So when we have more demand for the dollar compared to the shilling, we find that the shilling weakens in value.
Maybe you can go back a bit. So an importer, why would they demand, just for somebody out there who might be in school and doesn't understand what we're saying, why would an importer demand more dollars?
So an importer would demand dollars because they bring in goods into the country and they have to pay in dollars. So once they bring in goods, they have to convert the local currency into dollars. So that conversion can be taken to be a demand for the US dollar. Whereas an exporter who is exporting his goods outside of the country will receive dollars, and as such has to convert them back to Kenyan shillings. So they demand more of the Kenyan shillings.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do I, as somebody sitting out there earning in Kenyan shillings, make sure that I am not negatively affected by this weakening or the reduction in the value of the shilling or whatever currency I hold?
So the weakening of the shilling is where it loses its value. So we have more demand by importers, so we can have the shilling going from, say, 103 to 105 because it has lost value compared to the dollar. So in such a situation, you find that this happens mostly because of inconsistent policies, sometimes political instability, as we near the elections, change in government, or even international shocks, because this is international trade. So for you to protect yourself against a weaker shilling, what you can do is you can organize with the bank that you're dealing with, and you can lock in a rate. So if you think that the shilling will weaken to, say, 107, you can talk to your bank and agree to get it at like 104, a lower price. Yeah, so that's one of the ways you can protect yourself from a weaker shilling.
Yeah. Or you can invest in hard currency and look for investments in hard currency.
Yes.
You know, I know a lot of people who also try and invest in products that will see, because, you know, they made a decision. I want my child to go to school in Europe, for example. And they're like, if they're 5 years old today and I wait for 15 years to take them to Europe, the currency will have depreciated so much. I'm better off investing in hard currency because I know that's where I want my child to go to school. I will not suffer from the reduction. I mean, can you imagine 100% devaluation on my value because I held it in an African currency as opposed to holding it in hard currency. So that's something, if you're out there thinking about trading in foreign currency through, you know, buying and selling of goods, or perhaps sending your child out there, taking a trip to a foreign country and you need to use hard currency, whether that's the euro, the dollar, whatever it is, you want to invest or hold currency, a hard currency, to prevent that devaluation of the local currency that you hold. If you are in Africa, that will apply to you. This is Rina Hicks. Please ask us questions. We are here to answer them. And stay tuned, subscribe, and share these videos, because there's lots of people who get so much from watching them. I am happy to help if you have any, and we do respond. So do ask them. You're watching Investing in Kenya.